Okay, so everyone please focus here. So last session we have seen how to create framework application and how to create implementation application. So for the first time while we are creating framework application, so at the time of creating new application, we have chosen build from scratch. So clicking on build from scratch, your application is going to get created on top of Pega platform application. So what does a Pega platform application contains? Pega platform application contains all and all OOTB features. OOTB means built-in features. Okay, everything will be there in the Pega platform application. And after the framework application has been created, we have created implementation application. While creating implementation, okay, while creating implementation application, we have clicked on the name of our Pega platform application. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. We have clicked on name of our Pega platform application. So name of our framework application. Clicking on framework application, your application is going to get created on top of framework application. Further, if you are trying to create one more framework, hold on. If you wanted to create n number of frameworks, you should be able to do that. See here, if you look at Pega platform is also a framework application. Pega platform with ready-made features that we will be using into different applications that we are trying to create. That is also one framework. On top of Pega platform framework, we have created our own framework. And on top of our own framework, we created implementation. See, this hierarchy can be any levels, like framework 1, framework 2, framework 3, framework 4, on top of it implementation. Like that you can proceed. See, your application can have n number of frameworks. It is not mandatory that it should have only 1 or 2 frameworks. This hierarchy it can have n number of frameworks. And now you see here, we are going to look at understanding about where is this relation being built. See, if you take any application, what is the built-on application for it? Built-on application means, what does it mean? Built-on application means the present application has to be built on some other application, right? So what was that application? I wanted to find out. Where can I see that? For that, I'm going to give you the navigation. I'm going to give you the navigation now. Look at here. So let's look at built-on application. What is meant by built-on application? Application of implementation, built-on application for implementation application. So the built-on application for implementation application is, you can go like this. So I logged into implementation application. Okay, log into implementation application. This is all for your information that as a developer one should know about where these relations are being built. Okay, so if someone else has created application and you are trying to work on the business application now, and you should know what is there inside. Okay, so after you log into implementation application, you need to click on application menu and choose the option definition. So going through the definition option, it is going to give you the details of the present application. See, go click on application menu and then do what? Definition. Going through this definition, it opens implementation application details. It will open the implementation application details. Let me click on that. This is the, okay, let it get loaded. All of you online, am I audible? I am going to unmute now. Unmute all. Someone please respond to say. You are able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Please reconnect quickly. Okay, see, our session starts at sharp 9 o'clock. I request everyone to be on time to the session by 9. Okay, just please be on mute from your end. See here. So what are we trying to see today? That is, we wanted to look at the relation between a framework and implementation application. Where is it being defined? The framework application on top of which you created your implementation application. For your implementation application, framework application is said to be built on application. Where is that defined? Okay, at the time of creating, you clicked on it, but somewhere this relation should be made it, right? So it should be available here. I am going through the navigation. I logged into implementation application, and now after I log into implementation application, I clicked on application menu and I have chosen definition. Once you choose definition, it will show the present application related details. Presently, I logged into implementation application, right? I am looking at implementation application definition. So these are the details. Here you can see built on applications. What do you see? Built on applications. So what is the built on application you are seeing? See, the present application is SBI Auto Insurance. That is SBI Auto I. I told you, right? ID is the one which we need to focus on. And SBI Auto application is been built on top of SBI Insurance application. It has been built on top of. So SBI Auto I is built on top of SBI Insurance application. So now that's it done. Okay, you got the relation. Now let's try to look at the built on application of FW application. So you can easily say what is the built on application for framework application? Pega platform. But intermediate there will be one more thing called Cosmos. You can ignore that. That's not a big deal. And how do I open the details about framework application? What is the navigation to open details about framework application? Usually what you have to do is you have to log out from here and log in the credentials using framework application, and there you click on application and definition. But by logging into implementation application, you can even open framework application definition here itself. Okay, so I'll show you how you can open it. We can open FW application details from implementation application itself. Okay, there is no need to log in. So click on edit icon, which is beside 010101. Beside that, it is there, right? Edit icon, that is called as to open FW application definition. So clicking on this, just hold on. So clicking on this, it is going to open FW application definition. Let me see here. This is the FW. See the built-on application for FW application is, what is that? Theme Cosmos. Now open theme Cosmos, above built-on application. How do I open above built-on application? How do I open this application definition? How do I open the definition of this application?
Click on edit icon.
It's the same practice. There is no difference. Okay. Click on open. Again, what is the application finally? Finally, the built-on application is Pega rules. What is the display name of Pega rules application? Pega platform. Now open the definition of Pega rules application. How do I open the definition of Pega rules application? I want to open the definition of Pega rules application. How to open? Again, you need to click on edit icon. Is there any built-on application?
No.
There is no built-on application for Pega rules, which means that the Pega rules application చెప్పండి చెప్పండి చెప్పండి. అవును అవునండి. లేదు లేదు లేదు. నేను ఇప్పుడు క్లాస్ లో ఉన్నా, మీరు క్లాస్ అటెండ్ అవ్వలేదా? సరే, క్లాస్ అయిపోయినాక ఫోన్ చేయండి, అర్జెన్సీ ఏం లేదు. ఓకే ఓకే. See, there is no built-on application for Pega rules because Pega rules itself is the base foundation for everything that you are creating. So, for example, let us say I'm going to ask you one question now. Okay, all of you. Business is asking me, you create application 1 on top of Pega platform and application 2 on top of application 1. This is the requirement you got. Okay, and at the time of creating you forgot to do this. See, application 1 you clicked on build from scratch, application 2 also you clicked on build from scratch. Both the things what you have done, you clicked on build from scratch, means both the applications that you are trying to create you have created on top of Pega platform itself. Your creation is done, logins, everything is available, you are able to log in and all. Okay, but that relation is been not made. Correct? Everyone clear online? There is no relation that you have established between your FW and IMPL, like application 1 and application 2. Now you need to achieve it. Anyhow you forgot, leave it, but now you have to achieve that your application 2 should be brought up as a built-on application. Sorry, your application 1 should be made as built-on application for application 2. Correct? Am I going correct? Okay, yeah. So I forgot to create my application 2 on top of application 1. Both applications by mistake I created on top of Pega platform. Okay, application 1 creating on top of Pega platform is correct, but application 2 creating on top of Pega platform is not correct, which you might have created on top of application 1. After creation is completed, you are being asked to just make this relationship possible. Okay, so where do you need to make the changes? Let me explain you. Maybe if you can guess and tell me, that is okay. If you understand the subject, if you're able to answer this, then that will be good.
So
how do you achieve?
On the time we need to add it here on the built-on applications by clicking add application.
Okay, so what would you be doing? You need to log into
application
application. After you log into implementation application, I mean like application 2, after you log into application 2, you need to go to definition, and here you would be seeing theme Cosmos. What are you going to see? This is what you might be seeing with some version number like this in your application 2. Application 1 also you would be seeing the same. Leave about application 1, that is as it is, how it has to be available, it is there. But application 2, when you go to definition, it is showing that it is being created on top of theme Cosmos, Pega platform and all. Now what should I do in order to make it on top of application 1? You need to remove this, click the down arrow, whatever the target application that you have. What is the target application? This is the target application, application 1, and you remove this number, click the down arrow on your keyboard, choose the number that is available. So like this you need to make changes. Then even at the time of creation, if you forget, after creation is being done, you should be able to achieve this linking between framework and implementation application. Everyone clear? Everyone online?
Yes.
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the reason we need to know. Even though we have created everything fine, like going through the navigation of create new application wizard and all, even though we have done it, so we should know exactly what is happening in the background. Knowing about the background things, you should be able to work on like some sort of enhancements or troubleshooting things or any other requirements like this. You should be able to work on it. See, forward engineering and reverse engineering, there are two things in the application development anywhere. Forward engineering is like you are going to start building the application from the scratch, or somewhere in between you join existing functionalities, you are going to create on top of it, matching to the existing functionality. Reverse engineering is the one where you have to, already application will be built, functionalities will be available, you need to understand, reverse engineer to understand the existing design, and maybe you have to enhance it further if enhancements are there. Okay, so out of these two, forward engineering is very easy. In fact, it is dead easy. Reverse engineering is the one which is the key point that one should be aware of when they are working on any technology, any application development. See, those who are pretty much strong at forward engineering, understanding each and every technical component, they should be able to easily reverse the application. Okay, so your application development, 75% of your application development always depends on reverse engineering, meaning that you will not be put into a project which you are going to work on from the scratch. No, you will never be. See, there are chances, a maximum of 10% chances are there you will work on any application from the scratch. 90% you will be put into a project where at least 1 or 2 phases are already been done, and you get the requirement. To understand this requirement, you should know what is already present in the system. So you need to reverse engineer the present system, and then only you will be able to work on the business requirements. So you need to fully focus on understanding each and every design aspect while learning Pega. Understand everyone clear? So this is what about when you know that relation where it is. So forward engineering, just you create application, click on build from scratch, click on framework application, forward engineering done, your applications you have got. But if you do not know where this link relation, then next time if business has come to you and asking that we created 2 applications by ourselves, we created it separately, you bring it one on top of another. So you will not be able to do it when you do not know about the exact place where to make the changes. So this is very much important while learning any technology, not only Pega. Okay, so that is correct. Whoever has answered online. Now let's go ahead and look at understanding about more technical things. So far, anyone who has attended today's session as a first session, you might not be able to understand so far what we have discussed. But from now onwards, you should be able to understand whatever that we are going to learn. See, we are going to look at discussing about organization structure. This is very in general, the real life concept. Okay, so organization structure. So first of all, what is meant by organization? That is what we should know about. Okay, organization, right? So what is meant by organization? Just hold on. See, organization is a topmost business entity. Topmost business entity. See, whenever you are going to design your business application, whenever you are going to design your business application, the business application you are going to design in order to process the real life business. So whatever the real life business setup you have, the same setup should be there for your application as well. See, if your application structure is different, your real life business is different, then there is no point in processing your business. Application doesn't function as you are expecting. So whenever you are creating any software applications, your software application should be exactly modeled according to your real business. There should not be even 0.0000001% difference also. The reason being, even that difference can make your entire business gone into losses. Exactly whatever that you are doing in your reality, in your day-to-day life, physically how you process your business, everything to be done exactly the same following the application as well. So for that reason, in that way only we are going to create any software applications. So a general concept when you are creating any application is organization structure. See, organization is the topmost business entity. I told you an example also already. So look at here, I'm going to open a diagram if possible. Let me try to see. There is a diagram for this. It should be available. Okay, so this is the organization structure that I have opened. See, this is the organization structure for an insurance company. In general, I'm talking about. See, organization is the topmost business entity, right? For example, if you take Tata Industries, Tata Industries is topmost business entity. Tata Group. Under Tata Group, you may have Tata Steel, okay, Tata Electronics, Tata Retail, okay, Tata Consumer Appliances, Tata Capital, okay, and even more like this you may have, okay, Tata Steel, any even more than this you may have. See, but Tata Group is the one which is the topmost company. Okay, Tata Group handles or manages all the below entities. So like this, there will be a topmost business entity that is called as organization. That is called as organization. The typical organization structure used to be like this. Organization, under the organization, you will have divisions. Under the division, you will have units. A divisions may have subdivisions. Okay, units may have usually subunits. Okay, that is possible. But in Pega, you don't bother about navigation. Even I don't know. Okay, hold on, just 1 minute. You don't focus on navigation at all. That is not required actually. We created SBI, right? SBI organization we created, you remember? At the time of creating framework application itself, I have manually typed mentioning organization as SBI. Okay, so this is the organization. And if you go to chart, just these navigations are not required for us. Okay, that's why I'm going just in a quick manner. And division and unit, I did not give any specific names. ERP has automatically taken as div unit for the respect to rules. Okay, but I'll tell you in comparison with classes after some time. And here you go, you can just go ahead and add a division, add a unit to the division. Just generally, I am just showing you. Add a unit, add a subunit. So here you go, add a division means it is going to add a new division. Let's say test, I'm adding test. Okay, like this. But it is just getting added in parallel to div. Means there is no subdivision concept provided by Pega, but subunit concept is there. You can go to unit, right click on it, add subunit is there. So subunit, it is coming under unit, and let's say subunit. Okay, but in the structure that they have provided here, they don't have a concept of subdivision. Only parallel divisions can be there. Okay, now look at here. Organization is having divisions. Divisions are having units. Units can have subunits, can have maybe more number of levels. You can take it forward. As per your business structure, to take it forward. See here now. The organization is the topmost business entity. Here in the example diagram that I am showing you, Hanover Insurance is the organization. Under that, under the insurance organization, we have close unused internet applications. Okay, just hold on. And under the organization, you have auto. Under Hanover Insurance, there may be auto insurance division and health insurance, life insurance division. I mentioned like human because it can be health or it can be life. You may have pets also if you wanted to add. That's a different thing. And property. Property insurance can be home insurance or maybe any other industry related property insurance, or it can be anything. See, these are divisions. Under each division, I have units. Under auto, I have personal auto and commercial auto. Personal vehicle means my vehicle that I will be registering on my name and I will be using for my personal purpose. Commercial means I have a vehicle registered under the name of my company. Okay, I will be using for my company purpose. See, organization vehicle, company vehicle, and personal vehicle. So which vehicle is going to have high risk? Commercial vehicle is going to have high risk because it will be every time it will be there on roads, right? So the premium calculation insurance for commercial vehicles is higher than personal vehicle. That's why you need a different unit for commercial vehicles. And human, health insurance, life insurance, these are different units. Property, home insurance, and you may have more other units as well. See, this is the typical structure of an organization, just to give you an idea. Under organization, you will have n number of divisions. Under divisions, you have n number of units under each division. Each unit may have subunits. Possibility is there, but I did not draw it. Okay. And out of all these three levels, units are the ones where the actual business gets created and processed. Your business process transactions will be done at the unit level. This is very, very important. This will be again discussed going forward in the future sessions. Out of all these three levels, which one is the level where the transactions will be processed for the business? Unit levels, right? See, you have Tata Motors company. Tata Motors company is there, right? There is a company called Tesla or Tata Motors. You can imagine anything of your wish. Directly there is a Tesla manufacturing company. If you directly go to Tesla manufacturing company and ask them, I want to purchase a car, they won't sell you. Okay, they will not be selling you the respective car. The business will be created, maybe business guidelines will be defined, and some of the required things will be available at the Tesla company organization, but business transactions won't be initiated. See, Tesla is going to set up one specific division for each state. Each state, this Tata Motors or Tesla, for every state one specific division they are going to set up. This division is responsible for taking the cars from the Tesla or Tata Motors, and they are going to send it to each city. In each city we have the respective Tesla or Tata Motors related sales units. Sales units will be there. These cars will come to division place. Division they are going to approve. From division it will go to sales units in each city. In each city, let's say 1 or 2 division units will be there. You go there and you ask them, I want to purchase the car. They will initialize the transaction processing for buying a car, and from there onwards they will take it forward. Who will supply all the material for this sales one? Organization will supply. Organization will supply to division. Division will supply to units. So like this, the data is going to flow from organization to division, division to unit. How it happens in our real life? The same way the organization structure in the programming languages are in Pega as well. Okay, so unit is the one where the actual business transactions can be initiated, can be processed, and will get closed as well. Your transaction of purchasing a car, it will be closed at unit or division or organization. Where it will get closed? It will get closed only at unit level. The sales center, wherever you are trying to purchase, they will initialize your transaction, they will process your transaction, they will close it further, and in between if they need some information, they'll seek the information from the division or organization accordingly. Okay, so this is the typical structure of an organization that anyone can understand this easily. So an organization structure is the one, so which is going to have typically 3 levels: organization level, division level, and what is the other one? Unit level. So organization supplies the common features that are required for every division, and divisions are going to supply the common features that are required for every unit, and units are the ones where the actual business transactions gets initiated and gets processed. Everyone clear with this point? Online resources can unmute and respond.
Yes, sir.
I have unmuted. Clear?
Yes, sir. Be clear.
Yes, sir.
The one which we have discussed,
Clear.
right away, the one which we have discussed, I did not teach it so simply to give you idea.
Yes, sir.
This will be practically used while we are going to work on business requirements in future. Without understanding this, you cannot even understand anything further in Pega. Okay, this is a core component. Okay, I'll talk about inheritance concept later. So everyone clear with this, right? Okay, now the next topic that we are going to discuss, this is one topic, keep it aside. The next topic that we are going to discuss about is the topic related to class. What is the topic? Class. This is a technical term. In the object-oriented programming language, this is a technical term you will be able to understand. Okay, see, whenever we create new application, see, I created a new application. After I have created a new application, whether it is implementation or framework, anything, any application, after you create a new application, you logged into your application. After you log in, you got App Studio. From App Studio you have switched to Dev Studio because you are a developer. I'll tell you about other studios later, that's not required now. And now after you switch from this place to Dev Studio, you went to App Explorer. You clicked on App Explorer. I have asked everyone to click on App Explorer. After you click on App Explorer, you see here classes. 3 classes have been loaded when you come here. These are, how many classes are these?
3 classes.
3 classes. One SBI, other one SBI Auto I, and the last one is work. If you look at these 3 classes, is it matching with the organization structure? Organization, division, just for your better idea and understanding, I am comparing. There is a specific name, I'll tell you. See, SBI class, the class SBI that has been created is organization level class. SBI Auto I is division level. I'll tell you other name also for this. Work is unit level.
Unit level.
Not mention all these names. If you remember, we mentioned application name, we mentioned organization name. Similar to organization name, one class has been created. What is your application name? SBI Auto Insurance. Go to definition. What is the name of this actual name? SBI Auto I. Similar to that name, one more class is created or not? With the name SBI Auto I, one more class is created. So with organization name, one class is created. With application name, another class is created. So you call this class generally as application class. Why you call it as application class? Its name is matching with application name. That's it. You call it organization class. Why? Its name is matching with organization name. Organization class, division class, unit class. Organization class, application class. This you call it as case type class, but this terminology is not required now. I'll tell you later. Case layer you call it as. I'll tell you later. Case layer, not case type. But organization, division, and unit, right? The third class, WORK, work. What is the definition of work? We discussed during the demo session. Work is equal to transaction. That is equal to flow or process. All this terminology is same. Meaning work is equal to transaction. Just a few minutes back, I told you. Transactions will get initiated, will get processed, will get closed at the unit level. Correct? Means your work will be initiated at unit level. Work will be processed at unit level. Ultimately, work will get closed at the unit level.
Unit level.
Because of that reason, Pega has taken the class name as work class. You can easily understand. I also told you, organization, division, unit. This is the class where your work should be initialized, work should be processed, work should get completed. Correct? Considering that fact, Pega is automatically taking the name of the class as work. Is it making sense with respect to its behavior or not?
Yes.
Everyone. It is making sense. But at the time of creation, yesterday someone was asking, we have chosen organization name, but division and unit I left it. The class names and all I left it. I did not choose anything. I left it to PRPC to defaultly take it. Pega has defaultly taken it as SBI Auto and work. I would have changed it to some other name if I wanted. The facility is it is editable, but I did not change because the last class by name work also makes a better sense of understanding that this is a class where the work will be initiated, work will be processed, and work will get completed or closed. Make sense? So these 3 classes together, we call it as group of classes, class group. But technical definitions I'll tell you later. You don't bother about technical definitions at all. I'll tell you later. See, when you log into your implementation application, combination of 3 classes gets loaded. These 3 classes together, we are calling it as what? Class group. Classes 3 together, group, class group. Okay, we will be learning what is the class group. Technically important. I'll tell you later. Leave about technical part. And now, what is a class? This is what I am going to tell you. So, but 3 classes created, okay. But what is the class in general? See, class is the placeholder. I am telling you like this, just in general terminology, of all business functionalities plus attributes. You can say placeholder, or you can say it is like a placeholder, or you can say it is a container, or you can say even more, anything else that you can imagine. It is like a unit structure. Unit structure. It's one single unit structure. Okay. You can say anything. It's a placeholder, or it is a container, or it is unit structure. which is going to have all business functionalities and attributes. I'll explain you what is attribute and all, but you know business functionality, right? In the first session, day one technical session, we discussed about application. Application contains functionalities, but now I am saying class contains functionalities. Which one is true out of these two? Both are true. Okay, I'll tell you how both are true. Application contains functionalities, but not directly. Means you log into application, you don't see functionalities directly available. You log into application, you go inside classes, you see functionalities. Means functionalities will be there inside classes, classes will be there inside application. That is the main point here. Okay, see here, application, inside application you have class A, class B, two classes are there. Inside classes you have functionality 1, functionality 2, functionality 3, functionality 4 in each class. Okay, why those many classes I'll tell you later. Okay, functionalities will be there inside classes, classes will be there inside application. Ultimately functionalities are also there inside application or not. That's what we discussed at the very beginning. At the very beginning itself, if I say class, you will get deviated. That's why I did not talk anything about class. So application contains functionalities, meaning that application contains classes, classes contains functionalities. Ultimately, everyone clear? So every functional component that you are going to create should be there inside a class. That will be there inside application. Okay, see, Pega process commander environment is also an application which contains predefined functionalities. That is what we learned, right? Which means that the predefined functionalities that are available in PRBC should be there inside its classes, or yes or no? From the point what we have discussed and from the point what we had already discussed last time, I told you that, just give me a minute. In class lo unnara. See, from the point which we have already discussed, application contains functionalities and then classes contains functionalities. Application is going to have classes, classes are going to have functionalities. We already discussed in the last classes that Pega platform contains so many predefined functionalities. So from the present point what we have discussed, Pega platform should have all its functionalities inside its some classes, correct? I will open one of the functionality that we are just looking at across since beginning. Send email notification, right? Why I am always talking about this functionality? By name itself you can understand its purpose. That's why I'm just much bothered about this. Send email notification is a business functionality which is already present inside Pega platform, and also it is already present inside a class. What is the class name? @base class. I will copy this to notepad if it is not clear. Class name is, see, like this there are so many classes already available in Pega. PRPC is an application which contains predefined functionalities in its predefined classes. We call it as OOTP classes. I'll give you just by name. I am not going to tell you which functionalities will be there in which classes as of now. @base class, you know, right? Comma, work dash, data dash, int dash, cmis dash, embed dash, code dash, rule dash, okay, index dash, etc. Like this, 14 topmost classes are there. How many topmost? 14. When I say topmost, below that there will be n number of classes. We don't need to focus on everything now, and even you don't need to read it, you cannot remember. At the time while we are practically using it, automatically you remember when you understand the concept. So don't by heart it, work dash, data dash, cover dash, don't do it. Okay, so leave it for now. Okay, there are some classes OOTP available in Pega platform. Inside those classes OOTP functionalities are there. You are clear now. Send email notification is there in @base class. At the time when you have created your application, Pega has automatically created classes. Further, if you want to create business functionalities, where would you create? You have to create inside these classes. One of these classes you have to create, or all of these classes you have to create multiple functionalities. Which functionalities to be created in which of these classes we need to learn. For that we need to understand inheritance concept later point of time, not now. As of now we are discussing only about classes. Everyone clear so far? Every one of you. What is a class? Class is a unit structure, or it is a container, or it is a placeholder where you have functionalities plus attributes. Then what do you mean by attributes? Functionalities, you know, right? business functionality, send email notification, customer form, payment gateway form, cart, checkout functionality. All these are functionalities. Attributes. What is the quantity of the product that you have added into cart? How many quantity you have added into cart? 4 quantity I have added. What is this 4 quantity? 4. This is attribute. This is called attribute. I'll tell you an example. You need to imagine. Okay, you need to imagine. This is very simple to imagine for every one of you. Okay, we have a car. Okay, car is a unit structure. Inside car, there are so many functionalities available. What are those functionalities? Engine, petrol tank or diesel tank, and something which is going to drive some functional component which is going to drive the fuel from tank to engine. There will be steering, there will be wheels, gears. All these are functional components, right? So now the overall I mean, like, what you call the achievement that we wanted to achieve by using a car is driving. If you wanted to drive, that is what you want to run your business, right? So you want to drive, that is what you wanted to achieve. All the functional components should work together. Independently, it is not going to work. It should work coordinatively together. One functional component is going to provide some inputs to another functional component, and together coordinatively all these are going to work together, so your business will be done, right? So now here you are driving. What is the speed in which you are driving is going to be decided by a functional component, maybe one or more functional components. Let's talk about only one as of now, gear rod. Okay, gears will be there. You are going to be on gear 1, then the speed will be limited, let's say 20 kilometers per hour. It is going to be second gear, 40 kilometers per hour. Third, possibility of maximum, let's say for example 60. Fourth, maybe 80. Fifth, 100 is there, even beyond is also there. Okay, just as an example. What is this 1, 2, 3, 4? Attributes. These are attributes you are supplying to the functional components overall to the class. These are the attributes you are supplying to car. These are the attributes you are supplying to a functional component which is going to achieve your required business goals. Understand? So this is how every class is meant for processing your business. Class contains attributes plus functionalities. You supply some attributes to class, and functional components will take that attributes, and using that it is going to function accordingly, and your business will get processed. Okay, what is the output of a car? Final outcome. What is the outcome? Outcome will be driving. You are going to drive to travel. So travel, you wanted to achieve, this is your goal. You wanted to go from city 1 to city 2. How do you achieve it? By driving. So this is the final outcome you are expecting, that is being provided by a class. A class is taking an input. It is taking fuel, it is taking the gear numbers, and maybe even more other things I am not pretty much sure about. So all these inputs it is taking, and it is running its functional components, everything, and finally it is producing one output. I'll tell you another simple example. Okay, imagine there is a machine. Even you can take your laptop. Okay, but maybe let me tell you in a general way. Let's say you take a machine. The machine is all about making the notebooks. Means you are going to supply a raw input of paper, raw paper as an input. The input will be a raw paper. You have a big roll of paper. You will put it on a roller. Okay, rolling device. It will roll and move forward the paper. There are different functional components. So the next functional component is going to take the size, A4 size. It is going to mark the size, and it will move forward. Then there will be a cutting machine, cutting component. It is going to cut at the A4 into 2 into A4 it will cut. And next level, when it is moved forward, there will be a binding functional component which will bind this A4 into 2 into A4. It will bind, and it will pin, staple it, and then the binding, everything is done. It will be dispensed out of the machine. What is the output of this machine now? A notebook is the output. What is the input for the machine? Raw paper. Raw paper, when you supply as input, overall machine is a class. It has so many functional components, all are working together, taking an input and producing a desired output result. It is not only raw paper. At the time of producing the input, there are other attributes. Paper is one attribute, okay. But what is the size of book you want? I need to press A4 size. How many number? 100 number I want. After 100 number is dispensed, it will stop functioning further. Again, you have to start to get how many number of pages you want per book. What is the size of the book? How many number of books you wanted to make? All these input details when you provide, these are the attributes. Okay, a class is collection of attributes plus functional components. Attributes will supply the data and all. Functional components will take it, and these are going to function together. And finally, it produces a desired output that is required for the business. That is how you need to design your classes. Understand? This is reality. Now in the technology also, functionalities you have to write. But in Pega, there is no need to write it from the scratch. Already it will be available, or it is a no coding programming, no coding tool. Okay, so this is what about a class. A class is a unit structure which comprises of attributes plus functionalities. Make sense, everyone? To explain this just simple statement, I told you so many examples. Now the next point we have to discuss about is types of classes. What is that? Types of classes. These are the topics in the object-oriented programming language. Everyone should be aware of this. Okay, types of classes. See, there are two types of classes: concrete, second one abstract. To explain you this, it will take around 20 minutes. Maybe we will have to extend for 5 more minutes. Just closely focus here, and this is very, very important. Without understanding this also, you cannot do anything. Every theory topic that we are going to discuss, we will be practically utilizing in the development. At the time of you are doing practical, if you are not able to realize the concept, then there is no meaning of implementing. Okay, I'll come to know how you are focusing going forward. At the time while you are practicing, if you are asking me questions, that time itself you'll come to know, are you ignoring the theory, are you ignoring the concept or not. If you are ignoring, I'll come to know about it. Okay, now focus on the concept. Practical is very easy. There are two types of classes, concrete and abstract. I'll tell you as a statement. Concrete classes are the ones, class anyhow, whether it is concrete or abstract, you know that you can have attributes plus functionalities, correct? In general, see, concrete class is going, you can define functionalities, there will be attributes and everything. Plus concrete class is the one where business transaction can be initiated plus processed. Okay, business transaction can be initiated plus processed. And here also you have abstract class, functionalities will be there, attributes will be there, but business transactions cannot be initiated. Classes will be there, but the feature of initiating business transaction is not available. So you have two types of classes, where at the time when you are creating your business functionalities and all, you may create your functionalities in abstract or you may create in concrete classes. What is the meaning of abstract? Abstract means high level design details, in general. And now concrete class is the one where you have attributes plus functionalities plus business transactions can be initiated plus processed. But abstract classes, you cannot initiate business transactions. I'll tell you an example. You have to imagine in the real world. Imagine there is one physical building. That building is called as bank. Okay, otherwise insurance company. Why to go for bank? Otherwise, let's take bank only. In the bank, insurance also will be there. Okay, there is a physical establishment called company. That is a bank. You just go into bank. Imagine there are 3 different rooms are there. 4 different rooms are there. So room 1 is loan department. What is that room 1? Loan department. Room 2 is insurance department. Why I am just mentioning it as a room, so that you can better imagine. Okay, insurance department. And room 3 is verification department. Means if you apply for a loan, your details have to be verified, your address have to be verified, your employment status should be verified, right? If you're applying for insurance also, maybe there is some verification required. Maybe you're applying for health insurance, they have to verify you to go to a hospital of ours and get the medical test done and submit the document. And there will be finance department. So to collect the amount of premium, okay, or to disburse the amount of loan, anything, finance department is required. See now, as a person, you directly go to verification department and ask them, I wanted to apply for insurance policy. Are they going to initialize your business transaction? You directly go to a room, which is verification department. You ask them, I wanted to initialize a loan processing. I want a loan. What are they going to do? Are they going to initialize your loan processing?
No.
No. What do? They will ask you, reach out to, let's say, room number 1. They are loan department. You go to loan department and ask them, are they going to process your loan, initialize your loan? They will collect the documents. They will start the processing. They can initialize the process. Why not verification department started loan process? What is the reason? This is a general knowledge thing. Why not?
After receiving a very document only, they can start the verification.
They don't have authority
Okay.
to initiate the business.
Hold on, please. See, at the time while I am explaining, you do not unmute, please, because that will disturb others. Only when I ask a question, you have to unmute. Okay. Yes, that is the reason. There should not be any background noise. Okay, you are on mute. I will just tell you. If I go to verification department and ask them, the main key point here is they are not authorized to do it. It is not that they cannot do. They are not authorized. See, there is a limitation imposed on them. Hey, you are a verification department. You are responsible for receiving the document from either loan department or insurance department. You are not allowed to initialize any business transaction. That is the limitation that has been imposed on them. Similarly, go to finance department and ask them, I want a loan or insurance. They will tell you, go to the respective department. But if you go to loan or insurance department, they will be able to initialize the respective transaction accordingly because they are authorized to do it. See, this is a business need. Whenever you are creating some functionalities, the functionalities to be created in different classes. I will tell you one more point here for your better understanding. Can I make use of the same verification department for loan processing verification, insurance processing verification, and maybe even for other types of verification? Is it okay to use same verification department for different purpose? Different lines of business.
Yes.
5 lines of business is there. For 5 lines of business, same verification department, I wanted to use people from there. Will I be able to do this? That is allowed or not? Okay or not for the
Yes.
okay. Can I use the same finance department? Collect the amount to give the amount to the customers for a loan is being processed. Do I need any 2 finance departments separately? Is it necessary?
No.
That is not the right way of designing your business. See, in your business, hold on a minute. I'm going to mute. Hold on a minute. See, in your business, you always have to think about placing the business functionalities in a common place and access it multiple places. This is what we discussed about framework and implementation application. Same concept. See, your business functionalities, if you create verification department and functionalities of verification department, the verification department can be commonly accessed into loan department as well as insurance department. Finance department also can be commonly accessed into loan as well as insurance. Okay. See, but one thing is verification and finance department should not have any authority to initialize your business transactions. This is the meaning of abstract. Abstract classes are the ones where you have the business functionalities that can be commonly utilized, but the classes should not have any authorization to initialize the business transactions. At the time when you are creating your business functionalities, it is not that you create all functionalities in single class. How you are creating multiple applications? 2 applications minimum you are creating. Framework, implementation. Why you are doing this? You can even do it in single application, right? Doing means you are creating a better structure for your business. You are setting up a best structure for your business. If you set up like a framework and implementation, you can access reusability and no need of redundancy doing the same task again and again, and easy to maintain. Similarly, in one single application, you do not create all functionalities in one single class. You create in multiple classes. You understand your business. In my application of auto insurance, okay, I have personal auto, I have commercial auto, and I have maybe autos related to charitable trust. Okay, autos related to some foundation. Okay, I mean auto means vehicle. Okay, see, for all of these three, commonly there can be some features, right? Created in abstract classes, and specific features you create in concrete classes inside the respective application. So like this, and also there is a need. Every class should not have the feature of initializing business functionalities, business transactions. I'm sorry. Every class should not have. My verification department, each department you consider as one class. My verification department class should not have any authority to initialize the business transaction. So when I am creating verification department as a class, which one should I choose, abstract or concrete? I should choose abstract. Finance department as a class, if my finance department physically is there, same I am setting up in my business application, I am creating a class called finance. So while setting up this, what should I do? I have to create it as abstract. At the time while I am creating my loan department, I am creating a loan class. Abstract or concrete? Concrete. Do you have a specific need in your business to label one class as an abstract or concrete? Specific need is there or not there? What is that specific need? This class can have the features of initializing the business transaction. Then concrete. This class should never have any features related to initializing business transaction. Then that should be abstract. Understand everyone clear? So this is a business need. They simply did not design to have multiple class types. As per the real world business, the technology developers have come up with defining the classes. A class is a unit structure where you have attributes plus business functionalities. It is going to take the input and generate some output. Initialize the transaction, but not all classes. Some classes we don't need as per the real world business. Those classes have to be marked as abstract classes. So abstract and concrete classes, what is the difference? Abstract classes cannot initialize business transactions, but everything else will be there. Concrete classes, all the functionalities attributes will be there, plus can initialize business transactions. Make sense, everyone clear? So this is what technically, when you go to textbooks, Java textbooks or any object-oriented programming textbooks, you say statement like abstract classes cannot be instantiated. Concrete classes can be instantiated. The general meaning of instantiation is initializing a business transaction by generating a business ID, transaction ID. I'm sorry, transaction ID. I'll talk about ID and all later. Instantiation I'll tell you in detail later again. That is the meaning. Whether this class has the ability to or the capability to initialize your business transaction or not, you need to know before you create itself, at the time of you create itself. Okay, it is clear. Suppose, for example, imagine for verification department, I am giving authority to initialize business transactions. With respect to the real world business, is it okay? Is it the right way of designing your business? Is it the right way? This is not the right way. An insurance agent will collect the documents and start initializing your business transaction. You go to the manager and ask him to collect the documents. He's going to do. He will redirect you. Go to the agent. The agent will take and he will process. He is not authorized to do. He is authorized to only approve. Okay, he is authorized to verify and approve the things or reject the things. He is not authorized to initialize. Who will initialize your transaction? Agent will initialize the transaction. Agent is abstract. Agent is concrete. Manager is abstract. He will come in between. Understand everyone clear? So this is what about even roles also abstract roles, concrete roles can be there, but no need to bother about it much. So like this, abstract and concrete classes have to be created in your application. See, abstract classes are the ones in general will be there at the higher level. I'll tell you about what is this level and all with the concept of inheritance. I'll start it from tomorrow. So today, what did we discuss? Today, for the first 15 minutes, we have discussed about relation between framework and implementation application, where it has been defined exactly after we perform it, like after we create it. After we create following the wizard, exactly this linking is being made where it is being defined. Just to understand that, we have spent for first 15 minutes. Okay, those who are attending as a today's session as a first session, you might not be able to understand for first 15 minutes. But after first 15 minutes, we started discussing about organization structure, class, and abstract concrete class. These 3 topics everyone should be able to understand. Everyone clear? Any doubts or any questions, you can ask me now. I have unmuted. You can ask me now. See, anytime while you are learning any technology, not only Pega, C language, Java, anything, Python, anything, unless you compare your technology with real world, what you see in your day-to-day life, real world business, you can never learn technology at its best. Technology learning is not syntaxes and navigations. Learning a technology is learning in the real world. That is what you are calling real-time application development. Real-time application development means you should be able to imagine every aspect of the technology in the real world. If it is not matching with real world, that is of no use. Technology is first or real world is first? Real world is first. To implement real world, we have technology. Still, there are so many things which are there in the real world, technology cannot achieve. No technology so far cannot achieve. There are so many things like that. Still, people are researching on it. Okay, and even it is impossible to achieve everything. Okay, it is not possible. Okay, so anyhow, that is what they are trying with robots. So many things are there, but still it is impossible. And that is what about technology is meant for just exactly doing the same as what you are doing in your real life. That's it. Insurance policy, if I have to take during maybe 1960s and all, it used to take around 2 months to process a policy. But now how long does it take? Maybe 2 days. Even in 1 hour also they are providing. Travel insurance you are taking, right? Just 5 minutes. Okay, you just apply, select a checkbox, add 10 rupees or $1 or $2. For that journey, insurance is covered. Policy generated, policy number will be generated. Maybe they do not give you all this. It will be done quickly in the background. Okay. Okay. So any questions, any doubts? Why we are taking so much time to discuss about all of these things in detail? The reason is whatever you are learning now, the same you implement practically. There is nothing new you are going to do by yourself. At the time of you are practically implementing it, you need to realize all these concepts. Without realizing, if you are following screenshots and if you are copy pasting, it is of 0% use. Understand that. Okay, if you are practically working on that, technically or functionally, it should functionally in real life, but technically the concept should have to click in your mind. When these both are clicking in your mind at the time of practicing, you are on right track. Otherwise, if you follow screenshots and you are doing it, no use. Okay, so today's screenshots, whatever I am providing, that is just to make an observation. We are not changing anything. You need to make an observation going through that same way in your PRBC environment. Yes, any doubts, any questions?
Sir, like, can you explain about the work class or case layer again?
No, I'll tell you later. These classes and all I did not tell you. First tomorrow, I will cover the concept of inheritance, because we are at a place where I told you verification classes will be commonly accessed, right? Okay, how? That is what inheritance. After inheritance concept will be discussed, around 45 minutes it will take. Last 15 minutes, I'll tell you what are these 3 classes. I did not tell you. I told you only classes are there. I told you this is organization, this is division, this is unit, organization, application, and case. But I did not tell you what is the purpose of each of these classes. That will be covered after the inheritance concept is done. Okay, so that you can easily understand. Okay. Is it only these 3 classes created? No, there are so many other classes got created. Please mute. See, if you are done with asking something, please mute kindly, because there is a lot of background noise coming. Maybe you don't realize it.
Can a subunit can have another subunit?
Yes, this structure can be taken forward like anything, like organization, division, unit, subunit are possible.
Okay. Thank you.
See, you can easily imagine the organization structure. Entire world, this WORLD, this world is an organization. Worldwide business are running, right? In the world, you can have different divisions: Asia, okay, Europe, America, and even other continents. Okay, and under each division, you have different units. Like each country is one unit. Under each country, you have different states. Those are subunits. Under each state, you have different cities. This is also organization structure. Okay, entire world is one business unit. Just imagine. Okay, that's what are called as an organization structure. Okay. Any other questions anyone else has? If you're good to go ahead, I am going to share you two documents today. Organization structure plus classes, and also practical, I mean, like, that is not practical, observation document with screenshots. Okay. See, initial days, maybe you are feeling like it is just half an hour if you spend, everything is being done from your end. After 1 hour session, half an hour like that if you spend. But it is not that you just go through the document by reading it. Same way how I have diagrams. I told you example of car, I told you example of bookmaking machine, I told you example of entire world also. You come up with your own example, you draw a diagram. You have time. Your better realization is going to happen. You better digest the concept. Then you can never forget it. If you have digested it once, you can never forget in your life. Okay, that is what required.
Yeah, I have some Natesh here, so I have one doubt here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so, you given the example from work class, we have 14 the most important work classes are there. Like, can you provide
Whenever
those?
you are asking a question online, hold on, please. You need to come closer to your mic. You need to speak a little bit louder than your regular voice. Then only I can hear that.
Yeah, Harsha, can you hear me now?
Speak a little bit loud.
Yeah, Harsha, can you hear me now?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Harsha, you provided last in the class, so you 14 most important classes like that: work class, data class, integer
You
class.
don't need
All
to
those
bother
things.
about the names as of now. Okay, just read it and leave it. I'll tell you at the time of practically we are accessing, right? Automatically your brain remembers it and you understand the purpose also. Just I have given you names just to give you an idea. That's it. You don't need to remember that.
Okay, thank you.
Harsha, I have a doubt here. Yesterday, I created the application where we created it, like SBI, same process I followed. And, while logging into the application, I was getting error like you do not have, like, you do not have access to the application with alias Pega rules. So,
Leave about that application. You are getting it for every application. You do this. You might have done some mistake, but leave it.
yeah.
You clear your cache, clear a cache, okay, and restart your server. Shut down and start your server. Shut down the server. Restart your machine. Machine restart usually not required, but anyhow, on your laptop, you clear cache, restart the server, shut down the server, and did I tell you a workaround whenever your server do not start workaround? Kafka data folder. Delete Kafka data folder and restart your machine. Then try to log in and create a new application and try with new application. Let me know. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
In private window is there. Private browser. Incognito window. That also you try once. Copy the URL. See, if you want to log into BRBC, you can copy this URL. Take in private window. Where is it? Incognito window. Again, it will show login screen. There won't be any history here. New application you create, try new application and let me know in incognito window. Okay. Maybe some issue with cache and all, not taking. Or you might have updated or modified something. Leave about that application. New application, the other application later.
Hi, Harsha, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, yesterday I have created application, and while creating application, framework application and implementation application, when I go to advanced settings, so we can able to give organization name, right? We can able to define, but there it is showing as a drop down that I have to select it.
See, it is going to show as a drop down. That is correct. While creating framework application, in the drop down, we have manually typed it. But while creating implementation application in the drop down, we have chosen it from the drop down. By the time you create framework application, it is not there, right? So I have typed it. By the time you create implementation application, it was there. So I chosen it from the drop down. Okay, even
No,
if it is giving
even
drop down
for
in the list, you don't find SBI, right? You type it.
even for framework also, I got the drop down. That's where
Even
I
for
mean,
framework also, you get the drop down. The drop down comes up with PRBC environment. In the drop down, do you have the required organization that you are looking for? It is not
No.
there. You type it.
No,
You type it.
no.
When
If
it is
I
not.
type
When
it, it is
already
not allowing.
hey, it will allow, man. Try with a different browser, please. If you're trying in Chrome, try with Firefox. It has allowed for me, right? It should allow for you as
Yeah,
well. Okay.
yeah. That's where I got
Place your
confused.
cursor there and type it. Try in a different browser. Any related issues related to UI with PRBC environment. Try here and there. Chrome, Firefox, other browser. Okay, to log in. You can copy URL and open another browser and paste it, and then try it.
Okay, we'll try.
Harsha, one more question from my side. Harsha, am I audible, Harsha?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay. See, yesterday, like, we created a framework and implementation layers. Okay. So where we have given two different user IDs. So for example, when we create framework, dev framework,
Yes, yes.
SBA.
We
And
can have same ID also being used. But
yeah,
I told
so
you
same
already, you can have one ID for multiple applications. But intentionally, I did not do it. We can learn it later.
Okay.
How to achieve it and all.
Okay. Thanks, Harsha.
Next. Okay, if you're good to go ahead, you'll be receiving this document. Video may be posted after some time. Okay, and for the fees payments, I think many of you are making the fees payment, but you are sending screenshot to me. You don't need to send me because it will be difficult for me to handle. The payment screenshot you have to always share on this number. This number only. Payment you might be doing to some other number or some other account or whatever it is, wherever you do the payment as per the document which is being given to you. Screenshots to be shared on this number personally in the WhatsApp with the transaction reference ID should be there. And as we already told you, today will be the last day. You just finish it and share the screenshot. And classroom students, you're paying by cash, go to 5th floor and finish it. Okay. Okay, I'll be sharing these documents in WhatsApp.
Harsha, do we get any receipts for
you have to send your
payment?
full name, and you have to send your full name, and your full name is enough. Screenshot of the payment and request for please send me the receipt. They will do it and give you. They may not be able to give you immediately. 1 or 2 days they will draft everything and they'll give you.
That's fine, no issues.
Okay?
Yeah.
If you want, if you really need it, you can take it. Even if you are taking or not, we will draft it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to close the meeting. You'll receive the documents in next 15 to 20 minutes, and you'll receive the video maybe after afternoon time, because it has to get converted and we have to do some of the other things with that video. Okay, so I'm going to close the meeting. Thank you.